Hey, Khalif, can you hear me? Cam? Can you hear me, Cam?
Yeah, how are you, man? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello. Hello. Oh,
Hey, Cam. Can you hear me now? Hey, can you hear me, Cam?
yeah. Can you hear me now?
Hello, Cam. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I think I know what it is. Okay. KM, can you, is your mic muted? Because I don't see you talking or anything. And I don't know if you're able to talk. I need to be able to hear you guys.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Hello. Feel free to unmute yourself while people kind of join up here. Just want to make sure the audio all sounds good and that everybody can hear me. Cool, perfect.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
It's been a while since I've used Zoom, so
Can you hear me?
yeah, bear with me a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, KM, I could hear you.
Yeah, that's cool.
What's up, Call? How you
Sorry.
doing, man?
Can you hear me, Jacob?
Yep, you're both you guys.
Are you
Good.
able to hear me? Call?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Also, you can hear me, right?
Yes.
So it's only Jacob, you are not hearing me. That's all. So go ahead. It's okay. I mean,
Okay. Okay, I think I might. Okay, yes, perfect. I think I can hear you guys now. Okay.
so you can hear us?
Yes, finally. Yes. Okay, perfect.
Good.
Oh my goodness, that's so much better. I was not wanting to go through an entire lesson again like that. Okay, so yeah, looks like we only have 3 people or 2 people in here right now. I'm not sure where everybody's at.
I had to install some updates, so some people might be updating. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
That's true. So let's give 10 minutes more. So
Okay, yeah. Give me 1 second, then I'll be right back. I'm gonna let Juanita in.
we need a in already.
Yeah, I just let him in. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna get water while we wait for people to join in.
Okay, we'll wait for the people to join then.
Okay.
Not order. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, Unida.
Yes, sir.
How are you guys seeing the screens? I don't know how to use Zoom.
We see Jacob's screen. We don't see your screen.
You need to broadcast. There is an icon named share content. And then you need to do it.
Share content.
But it's need Jacob to
Only
allow
the
you.
host can share a content.
Just wait for him. So he will allow you to do it.
Let Jacob go first. I'll go afterwards.
Okay.
How many people we have in here?
We are now 6, but according to Rago, there's an update. So we'll wait for the update. Some people are updating their app.
Okay. Yeah.
How's your day?
I just woke up.
My God.
AKM, what time is it in Saudi?
It is 7:10 p.m. evening time.
Oh,
Wow. 7:10 p.m. Suppose Maghrib. You just did
Yeah.
Maghrib.
Finish.
It's hookah time then.
It's a weekend over here. So tomorrow is Sunday, is the start of the week.
AKM, how's your hookah over there, man? Is the brother
There's a lot
Juanita?
of hookah. There's a lot, but I don't smoke it. My brothers and other friends, some girls I know, they smoke those. I'm smoking cigarette to die faster.
That's no good, man. It's not good. Stick to hashish.
It's a football day today. Everybody, all the clubs are playing. All the weekends, full of games. So hopefully now the people join us.
Is there a World Cup going on or something? I keep seeing football.
No, it's a Liga, La Liga here, and King Cup. It's all over the world, not only here. Everywhere.
Yeah.
Not America, man. We don't care.
No, since when it comes to football, only thing I watched was World Cup. I can't watch no leagues.
Yeah, okay.
You only watch
We
World
have-
Cup? Juanita?
We have a channel. We have a channel here. I mean,
Yes, what's
Bill-
up, Alpha?
No, I'm just saying you only watch the World Cup.
Yeah, little bit. The World
Yeah.
Cup. That's it.
I like watching the World Cup. Oh, I'm a fan. Definitely.
yeah,
a fan.
you don't enjoy football. You enjoy basketball. That's why.
Yeah, that's why it's very hard to get into football. Nobody in my neighborhood plays football. Everybody plays
Yeah.
basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yep. So you guys think we should wait a little bit more, or I got this thing recorded as well. So there'll be a library that I'll send to everybody today, that they can just go and look at the past recordings, and then also for future ones as well.
Nice.
They'll know what's coming up, what's going on, like the schedule of what's, what is when, so that'd be kind of cool, I think. But yeah, I don't, what do you guys think? Should we start, or should we keep waiting a little bit longer, Cam? I'm not sure if there's people in the waiting room. It doesn't look like anybody's waiting in the waiting room.
There is a waiting room. I don't know if you can, because I'm not familiar with Zoom.
Yeah, call, do you know if there's a I'm looking, it doesn't look like anybody's waiting in the waiting room. And if not, I just will go ahead and get started since it's recorded. And then kind of want to keep it on like a schedule.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. I mean, it only took me 3 minutes to get the update and get everything up and going.
Yeah. So let's start.
Cool. Perfect. So this will be one for the recording session then for sure. Let's see, so essentially I'm gonna have this set up to where I'm gonna share this with you guys in here, and it should allow you to duplicate it as a template. If you have any issues, just let me know. It's my first time trying to share it like this with the information. Essentially, what you'll do with this link. Sorry. What you do with this link is you'll go here, you'll click this page that link I send you, and you'll click this right here. And you'll also have access to getting the Trading View application. Just click it open and it'll take you right here, and it'll have you download the program if you're not familiar with it, or sign up for a trial if you don't already have a trial. And then on top of that, this is just going to be kind of like a little lesson about how to use this indicator and kind of getting started on Trading View, because this indicator is something that anybody can install. I'm going to show you how with this page. It also shows you how to install that as well. So if you go, sorry, I just want these to kind of line up a little bit better. So if you go here and you click on this button, it'll actually take you to a page that has instructions with a drop-down list for whenever you actually join or install TradingView, how you're gonna install this indicator on your chart.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's a very simple, it's like a one two-step process essentially. So you'll see my mouse. I think that there should be a highlighter on my mouse. Up here on the screen is where you're gonna select the indicators and strategies. And what you're going to do is you're just going to type in moving average if you just want a simple moving average. These are all just easy, but the one that I'm talking about today is the CM Ultimate RSI. I mean, essentially, it's this right here. You can just copy and paste this into your search bar, and it's going to come up. Once you click on it, you can star it as your favorite. But this is the basic layout that you'll get with this RSI template. And essentially, just to give you kind of a background of what this like system is, you know, a lot of these guys, they can make open source coding and all that stuff and post this to TradingView for community members to use and test. And I mean, it's really as simple as going on here to your indicator section, and you know, you've got a bunch of community indicators. You've got built-in indicators from actual TradingView. However, I don't really use these that much because they're pretty standard. indicators, although it is really good to get started. So you kind of have your just rate of change, price percent oscillator, moving averages, and just the simple variations of the moving average. So I'd like to kind of start with just this indicator right here. I already had that added to my chart, so I kind of want to give you an idea why I like this one more so than
Sorry to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
There are people waiting for you to allow them.
Oh, sure. Okay, and I admitted them.
You should make this one automatic. So
Yeah, it's just the way that it was set before. I don't know how to change it really.
okay, just
Just keep going.
So let me share this page and post it in this chat. Let me try to find this chat.
more people are waiting.
I don't see anybody else in the waiting room.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and share this to the VIP US stocks group. So if you can go to the Telegram, and that's where I posted the link. If you have any issues on accessing it, let me know, and I'll work on that after this, so you guys can have full access to that. But I just want to go ahead and get through this with the recording and everything, so you guys can have that for later. Okay, so I want to go over why I like this RSI more than your average RSI. This is a multi-time frame RSI, which essentially is gauging multi-time frames, and it's going to be essentially a bit more accurate than your like regular run-of-the-mill moving average. I'm not moving average, but RSI or stochastic flow indicators, or just kind of like your general basic indicators. And this gives you a really good idea of where you're at when you're oversold or overbought. And it's a really accurate indicator, especially for beginners. You can just plot it. You can just go ahead and load it up on your chart, and all of a sudden you've got these paint structures on the chart where you can see that that's a really good spot to be buying. And just for an example, I'm going to use a SPY as just a reference point. We can look into other tickers as well as we move on. But just as an example, SPY ETF, the S&P 500 is probably the best thing to be kind of gauging these things off of, because it is the broader market index. And when you use these things, you'll get more of a I guess payoff. I mean, the ETFs, they move a little bit slower, so the risk to reward isn't going to be as big. But if you look at something like Tesla, these signals are going to be a little bit larger, if that makes sense. But anyway, let's look at how to read this indicator. So, I mean, obviously we look at oversold, overbought as the main signal here. But what we also want to be looking for is, how we are around this zero line. Okay. Because this shows the strength of the trend. Okay. This is important. I mean, so what happens is you see price action up here, and you see that we're getting kind of toppy. You're getting a little bit, look at this. So this is definitely, a high. So we're at a high here, but our RSI is giving us signals. You know, this is a little bit early of a signal, but saying, you know, heads up, get out. Well, this is what you call a divergence. Okay, this is probably the number one thing to look for when using RSI indicators or you know, just oscillators like this. It's a very popular thing to look for is the divergence. Why is that popular? It's showing just the relative strength, you know. It's kind of simple. Higher highs should bring higher highs to the RSI, right? Or even just you know, a horizontal line, right? It should kind of correlate, but here we see a divergence. This is actually really exciting to see when we see divergences. So you see this line is flat, but the RSI line, I can't get it to go over the indicator right now, but I don't know if you guys see what I'm saying. This RSI line, forgive me for the mess. This line right here, this red line, sloping down. This red line, you know, stationary or static or, you know, even. Okay, well, what happens? Boom, boom. Just, I mean, hello. We're just chilling, aren't we? We're just hanging out. Well, RSI was telling us, hey, watch out, dude. You know, it was saying that right here. I mean, as we have this divergence, if you see an RSI diverging from the price, that's probably the best way to use your RSI. RSI divergence. That is the point kind of the RSI is look at oversold and overbought, sure, but look at the divergence. That's where you're really going to see these moves like this. You know, this is a really, like, if you think about it, not a really expected move. But oh shoot. But if you look at the RSI, like I said, everybody from January 2020 to 26, a full week. This is a week time frame. So we have an idea. And that's, I mean, that's a huge drop at the end of the day, you know, January 29th. And then we look at our basic support and resistance, right? Basic support and resistance. Huh, I got a meeting limit. Okay. So what we do, let's look for those supports and resistance. Let's kind of get this out of the way for a second. Okay. So here's support, here's resistance. Support, resistance, the same thing. When resistance is broken, it becomes support. When support is broken, it becomes resistance. Okay. There's no support or resistance. It is the same. It just depends on where the price is in relation to your line. So just kind of marking out where it could happen, you know. These are just simple. If you want to use keyboard shortcuts, Control click is a duplicate for TradingView. I love it. It's like my favorite thing. It saves me so much time. But look, I mean, we're seeing these supports right here. What we're looking for we're really looking for just points of touching, you know. I'm trying to see. I don't use the highlighter too much, but just look at, you know, look at all these touches here. We're just going through while we build our support and resistance. We're just looking historically. That's how you back test. Okay. Back test is not hard, right? You know where your support and your resistance is just by looking at the map. So here at this time frame, this was big resistance as we're over here. Okay, as we're over here, we're going up. This isn't trend line. This is just simple resistance and support and resistance. So as price makes its way up, you know, these were all, as price is here, all of these were red. These are all, I just want you guys to all understand, these were all resistance levels. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, blah, blah. They weren't there before, but you know, as price continues to explore, it's looking back, and it's looking back historically at prices that it's going to have trouble with. So when you get these new ranges, all-time highs, you're going to get more choppiness because it doesn't really understand where the resistance, the support is. Support is easier to find than resistance because support, you know, there's usually some support, some transacting, like right here is your first resistance support. You know, this was a fairly weak resistance point here, but it became a fairly strong support zone, right? So weak resistance, strong support, strong resistance, strong support. So now we're getting a little nervous, right? And, you know, where we're going to go. We just went through all of this. We just went through this huge increase, right? From 364 to 380. Okay. Now we're stuck between 377 and 380 for over a week and a half. So what does that tell everybody? That should tell you this thing is about to move. Okay. Well, where is it going to move? I don't know. Let's check our handy dandy indicator here and see if we can get any kind of idea of where price could be during this week. Okay. Let's check it out. Let me see what I can spot. Let's see if you guys can spot anything somewhere. I guess it should be a different line color. Damn, I guess, you know, it was right in front of us the whole time, wasn't it? I mean, sure, we made our move back up here, but if you're stuck in this contract from January 14th to, you know, the 19th, but, you know, you'll go up here, but look at this. You know, if you're stuck in at 380, you go all the way down to 370 within a day and a half, you know, and that's a lot of losses, and you're starting to get a little freaked out, you know, you're starting to get a little worried. But if you're watching your RSI that you have on your map, you kind of know where things are. At this point, yeah, I'm not really excited about this. I would have taken profits. I mean, we're at all-time highs, you know, all of that, or I believe this was all-time highs. It's yeah, yeah, at the time it was all-time highs. Yeah, so you need to always be watching to see where this RSI is. You know, what is it doing? I think this one is a bit more powerful than the average RSI because it's just when you look at multi-time frames, a lot more is considered in that, and there's a lot of multi-time frame indicators out there. You know, this is one of my favorite ones, mostly because it's just so easy to plug and play, and that's why I'm recommending it for you guys today. I've got a lot of indicators in my arsenal. So if you guys are super excited about them and interested, you guys can reach out to me about these indicators, what you should use, how you should use them. I know that it may look extremely confusing at first, but I want to like help you guys, and I love charting. It's super fun, and TradingView is really cool because you have a community of individuals who make trading indicators. They make strategies, and they share them with the community for everybody to use. And it's a little tricky here and there, but I mean there's just a huge database of indicators, community support, stuff like that. So I would recommend highly to go ahead and sign up for like a membership. And if you like it, and if you're into charting and stuff, I love the premium version. I had a premium version for a while, and just because I like to have so many different charts up at one time. And but this is what your base layout is going to look like when you get. Let's switch over to QQQ, which is NASDAQ, just to do a little bit more tickers and see how these work. So I know I talked about the divergence, which is super important. I only talked about that because the other signals are so obvious with the painting. So obviously here's a buy, here's a buy. You gotta be weary of where you're at. Like I said, let's go ahead and probably draw those support and resistance zones on the map to see where we're at, where we could be. What we're looking for again when we're drawing these is historical touches, but also gaps. Gaps are also extremely important. And price will typically return to gaps. So that's what we really want to monitor when we're drawing our support and resistance. So right here we have a little gap area. Let's see what happened. So we had volume before, but now we have a gap. Let's see what happens in the future. Okay, can't get, so we're gonna call this one a pretty big resistance zone, okay? All right, and that's our level for QQQ. And you see how I did that? Look at this tiny little, this is what gives it away right here. The amount of volume. There is no volume. Gap up, go through it. All this area is getting filled out with trend, but this area is causing a lot of volatility. Look at what happens when it gets in this area. It goes from 333, 325, 312. Damn, and then we have not since then recovered and got to that zone. So that's what QQQ looks like on the larger time frame. You see price is kind of acting accordingly a little bit to the, when you have it, look at that sell-off. I mean, if anybody's looking at QQQ to be the signal of the market, it might be. Let's look at Dow. You know what? Let's pull up all four and see how the indices are doing, just so we can look ahead for this week. So if you want to do multiple chart setups, you just go to the top right here. You've got a grid layout and everything like that. So we'll put SPY top left, QQQ top right, Dow bottom left, and the Russell, the small cap. I can never remember the IWM, of course. Okay, so over the last rally, it has been QQQ and the Russell to just give you kind of an idea here. So these are the indices. This is how we kind of gauge where the market's going in the future. Typically, they're all going to look the same. I mean, because they're all indices. But I want to give you guys an idea of what, you know, it is that we're, this doesn't seem right. Okay. So look at this rate of change. So we're looking at August. November. Okay, let's look from November. All right. So we're going to just do a quick price comparison from November. And I want to do this for all the indices so we can kind of see where we're at since November. This is how much the indices have all raised or risen. Kind of gives you an idea of the broader context, you know, and how which indice is going to be leading, which indice is going to be lagging, which essentially means these indices are always going to be kind of in rotation. These guys are all going to be going back and forth between money's going to be going to the small caps, the big caps, and all that stuff. But if something gets too out of line, that's when things can get really, really weird. You know, I want to point this out. Okay. Do you guys see this on the screen? I just I kind of feel like sometimes I feel like I mess something up when I see something like this, right? I mean, did I? I mean, this is a Russell 2000. This thing was 163. Look at its parabolic move. 54% since November. The Dow Jones, 26% since November. SPY, 22% since November. QQQ, 25% since November. So what a lot of people do is they'll bet on these stocks to come back into correlation. But, you know, one's 54% up and the other three are 23% up. You know, so these are just kind of like charting things you can kind of look at and start thinking, well, what does this mean? You know, like I don't know right off the bat, but I can tell you that I would love to know. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look into it further and kind of look at the numbers and see, you know, why is IWM up 54%? You know, why is Dow up 26%? And, you know, there's a lot of reasons for that I already know, but you need to kind of like spot these kinds of abnormalities. It's just when something like, you know, the indexes, like the indices, you know, Dow Jones, SPY, you know, those are the massive market movers. Well, when they're supposed to be kind of, you know, correlating equally, when one is 50% up over the last like 6 months compared to the others, there's something happening in the economy. I mean, an indice has grown 50%. I mean, that's a massive amount. But anyway, I think that's interesting. If you guys got into the small caps or IWM in November, congratulations. You know, I mean, it's not like the market has been doing bad overall since then anyway. I kind of want to like wrap it up a little bit. I've just gone on and I just want to answer any questions, do any, like show you guys anything that you guys don't understand, or just take some time to answer anything. So if you guys want to go ahead and unmute yourself, or if you guys want to send messages in the chat, I'm trying to look for those. So go ahead, guys. I appreciate you guys all joining here. I hope this was helpful, and let me know if
Thank you,
guys,
Jacob.
yeah, of
It's
course. So you guys have some questions or some ideas or brainstorming, or just a open forum type thing, Can go over a couple moving averages as well, I guess, and kind of just see.
I'm gonna go over some chart patterns, so you can
Cool.
go over moving
Perfect.
average if you want.
No, you said you want to go over some?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
ready when you are.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing, okay?
All right, if you could give me access to my screen.
Okay, I think you should be able to have access already. Or let me know if you
I'm
don't.
not sure how Zoom works, but
Yeah, so
share screen, host enable participant sharing screen. Home
yeah,
disable. You disabled it for me.
did I?
Yeah, it says.
All right, I'm gonna turn it on right now. Okay, can you try?
Oh, there you go. I think it's working. Share screen. Oh, wow, it detected my iPhone. Okay, not bad.
And then also, I have these recorded, guys. I know how much you guys want that, and it's gonna be super helpful for everybody to be able to log in and just access these. So, yeah, thank you guys.
Are you seeing my screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me know when to start. Go ahead.
I'm finished, so you can go.
All right. So, how
Jacob,
Yep.
Jacob, there is a question from Danny in chat if you want to
Oh,
answer.
okay. Is there?
Yep, go for it.
I'm trying to see the chat. I was
Yeah, me
looking
too.
for it. Oh, there it is. Jacob, do
says-
you recommend RSI setting for the Webull application of it? Yeah, definitely. It's just the basic RSI. Whoops. It's a little bit less. Like this RSI is more of I'm very confident in it on this website. It is a little bit different. It's a free version as well. So if you guys want to go and download it, it's not even a download. it's just you have the trading platform. Everything is based on the web. So you don't have to download anything. It's a web-based platform. You just go on there, you sign up for your account, and then you just search in that indicators box .rsi. But if you are wanting to use the regular RSI, I would typically use that with a moving average, because the simple like RSI, it can stay overbought or oversold for a long time. Which could kind of, get you in trouble. But if you guys pay attention to the divergence that I was talking to you about, and you use the divergence method and look for when price and the oscillator diverge from each other, that signals an upcoming move. So that would be the best way to probably use that RSI. I'll look into it a little bit more because I'm not too familiar with Webull, and I'll see if I can provide any more information a little bit later.
Okay.
Cool.
Any other questions? Can you guys hear me? This is one header.
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
All right, so my presentation, if you guys want to ask questions, feel free. It's a little more interactive. So do you guys see the Discord page I opened up? It says one header 3/20/21.
Yes.
So basically I did a layout of what I'm thinking about the market and some readings for you guys. So the topic of today is cash is king. Always have cash at your hand. Okay, that's the biggest lesson you should have taken up from this little, if you want to say correction, okay? Now, I wrote some questions. What is a market crash? What is a market correction? But the most important part, I really suggest you do this. It is homework. So I gave a lot of information to read below. You can write notes. You can also write questions and you can discuss with me, KM, Jacob later on, anytime you want on Telegram, okay? So all of this is reading material. I wrote down a bunch of stuff, gave articles and examples, all right? I explain why stocks, certain sectors go up when we had the tech dip right now. Anyways, so this is the end of reading and I'm gonna start with the chart patterns, right? So what Jacob went over was one type of indicator, okay? So what he went over is the relative strength index, RSI, okay? And basically it's a way to spot when something is overbought or oversold. Overbought means you should sell, oversold means you can buy, okay? Now, there's another thing that he said, it says comparing it to moving averages. So this is, you'll get into it later, but right now it's important to understand patterns, okay? So you want to first spot patterns, then use the indexes. There's another index you could use is Bollinger Bands, which I also like, but you'll get into it once you start reading. But the most important part is the patterns, okay? All right, so you guys see the screen right here? It says, do these match in terms of idea? Yes or no? Anybody want to give me an answer? So the first picture, is it a is it consolidating versus rise or cup and handle? Which one do you see? This one right here. Anybody can answer, just shout.
Up and handle.
Correct. Okay. So if you look specifically at the cup and handle, right? What is so important about it? You literally can see a cup, right? And then you see a handle. You see this? Now, a cup, you don't. So when to buy during a cup, when to sell in a cup, I'll answer those a little later. But right now, we're just trying to understand these pictures, okay? This one is a consolidation versus rise, okay? So it's old trend, consolidating, breakout, new trend. All right, this is a good one. Next, these are the zoom images, pictures zoomed in. All right, so activity 2. Next one is, do these match in terms of idea? Yes or no? All right, so what here, are you guys able to see this or no? So this is the top line is showing resistance, and this is support. Resistance, support. All right, so, and the next picture is another one that shows a movement right here. Which one is it? A continuous bull run pattern or top trend versus lower trend? Which one is which? What is the top picture? A or B? Anyone?
Danny's saying top one is B in the chat.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I don't know how to see the chat. I'm sorry, but thank you for reading it with me. If you have any questions, just write it too. Okay, Danny is correct. All right. So the point of this.
Continue explanation. Don't ask a question.
Excuse me. All right. So
If keep continue explanation, then ask
okay,
the question.
okay. I'm gonna explain in a bit.
So because
I
we
want
focus with your explanation.
I want people to be able to figure it out as well. All right. So first, I'll stick with a continuous bull pattern. All right. So this is a continuous bull pattern. These are patterns when a stock is keep going up. Let's say you're in a trade and you're not sure if it's going to keep going up or not, right? So this is what you notice. You notice these two spots right here. This is a very key indicator right here. You'll notice later on, this is another, it's actually a little pennant, okay? It's a mini pennant. It's actually saying it's a bull run. It's a continuous bull run right here. You imagine having an RSI right here. Remember what Jacob was saying, RSI indicators? RSI here will tell you it's time to sell, it's time to make profits, okay? Because it's breaking out, right? However, right afterwards, the RSI will tell you, hey, it's being oversold at the same time. When it's oversold, a lot of people will buy back in. If there's a huge volume right here, boom, it'll keep going up, okay? People say just worry about volume, but it's a mix of things, okay? Volume means a lot of people are coming in. It's gonna help a breakout. Likewise, it keeps going here and it does the same thing. Now the RSI are saying it's oversold. Some people will get out, okay? You can even have a stop loss like right below. And as soon as it hits, boom, you're gone, okay? And you take your profits from here to all the way here. All right, so this is what's gonna help teach you how to catch continuous bull patterns. All right, and what is a rising wedge? So a rising wedge, this is very important. A rising wedge, this is a bullish pattern, right? So when you're seeing this top resistance, right? You see this top resistance line and you see the support line. You notice that it's skewed, right? It's angled. It's not like a straight line, but it's towards the top right. You see the angle? You feel free to say yes or no, please. Right? So this is the top part of the resistance. This is the top part, but it's angled, meaning there's higher highs, higher lows. It's saying it's a bullish run. It's saying it's keep going up. Okay. You can always put stop losses when you're trading. Let's say you entered here, right? You could put a stop loss right here, right below that line. Okay. So guess what happens? Let's say you entered here, right? You have a stop loss here, right? You seeing my mouse? You would take the profit here. You would take all the way the profit all the way up here. Look, you don't have to be greedy. You can literally just take the profit up to here, catch the resistance, and you're out. Now, if you really were greedy, you would wait till it goes down, get back in. Okay. Put stop losses every time. Every time you're putting a stop loss, higher stop loss, higher stop loss. Boom. And when it goes over here, guess what? Stop loss is triggered here. Boom, you're gone. You make a lot of money here. Okay. Next picture. All right, so this is an important one. I really want you guys to look at this. Please indicate which arrow associates with which specific term. All right, so the terms are retracement, consolidation, and breakout. Anybody want to answer me? What you want to look at? You can look at this picture first.
So Danny had a question.
Yeah,
earlier.
go ahead. What's the question?
He has like, is that a trailing stop loss or continuously adjusted? The one you were asking, like on the rising wedge, right? That you change your stop loss. So is that a trailing stop loss or you have to adjust continuously?
There's two types of stop loss, a limit stop loss, right? And you could put trailing. It's up to you where you think the stop loss is going to be. Below the support line, you can do a stop loss. Okay. I mean, stop loss is very easy. You could YouTube it, how to make a stop loss. All right. But it's very important that you always learn to use stop loss. I'll do that in another video. Okay. But stop losses, it's very important that you do it consistently. So sometimes when you're not looking at the stock, it'll automatically trigger. Okay. But it's important. It's going to save you. It's going to save you a lot of money. All right. It's a good question, though. I'll do it in another video. Let's do this. Let's look at retracement, consolidation, and breakout. All right. Anybody want to answer or tell me what they're thinking? These are the three terms, right? Retracement, consolidation, breakout. All right. These are very important that you understand what they are. So what do you see here in this first arrow? Anybody can answer.
Retracement.
Yes, go ahead, GD.
Retracement?
Correct. So basically we had a breakout run right here previously. Now people want to take profits. Okay. People want money. It's going to be retracing down, right? It goes down. That means it's retracement. Usually a retracement is followed. If it's a bullish run, on a retracement run, it would go back to consolidating. Okay. Meaning it's not going up or down too much. Very low volume. You can notice the volume here. Okay. Low volume. Right. So I think that's the volume. Hopefully it is. Anyways, but it's usually low volume on consolidation. Okay. Right here is not a lot of people selling and not a lot of people buying. And when they do it, they're sticking with the RSI limits, the moving average limits, and it's not changing much. Okay. Sometimes a lot of people enter a trade here. Why? Because they have stop losses and they realize, hey, I can maximize my profits here. Again, it goes into,
Consolidation, I have a
yes,
question.
yes.
Yeah, the consolidation, I think it's even the volume is sometimes the same, but still consolidated. I mean, they make it sideways, like what they are doing now, even with the volume. Let's say Tesla shows that, and this PY shows that. So sometimes even with the volume, it's consolidated.
Correct. So even sometimes the volume is very high, especially when you have like a very popular stock like NEO, Tesla. The volume itself it's very hard to understand the volume because people are trading like crazy. However, consolidation still occur. Okay. All right. So once a consolidation on a bullish run, it'll occur. It sometimes it occurs a month, 2 months, a week. It all depends. Okay. Then a breakout will occur. Same thing will happen. It's the same pattern. A breakout will occur. Usually you can take profits unless you're a long-term holder. Retracement yet again, retracement. Consolidation right here. Sometimes consolidation, like I said, it's longer, more time. Sometimes it's shorter. It's up to you to catch it and understand it. You have to see these patterns. You have to make these patterns. Okay, especially on your stocks, every single one of them, you're making these patterns. Okay, you're doing it for yourself. Nobody's gonna do it for you. So this is retracement, consolidation. Again, it's consolidating. Boom. If you really want to add a position, let's say it's a bullish run, you don't know how to add. Boom. You know this is going up. You're studying it. You see good news. It's consolidating. Guess what? You can add to your position. You had 50 shares. Now instead of 50, you want to add another 50. You have 100 shares, right? So what you're doing is, again, consolidating, again, wait for a breakout, boom. All right. This one idea, one tactic, activity 4. All right, we'll go. Any questions on that last one, by the way?
Yeah, I want to thank you for that one. You explain it like very simple. That's nobody else do it. Thank you, man.
You got it. All right, so just write questions. I'm in this place. What I'm trying to do is be interactive. So like as I'm teaching, I'm learning. If you're having questions, go for it. You know, it's not a dictatorship. All right. I use your word. All right. So another reason why consolidations are great times to buy. So this video, this picture will tell you, all right? All right, so remember how Jacob was saying the lines? So this is a support, this is a resistance, okay? Price support is very hard sometimes when you're like trying to get into a trade. It's hard to time it perfectly at the support level, right? You get anxious and you're like, oh, I really gotta get into it, okay? But if you do see a consolidating range, and let's say it's not changing much in range, okay? So let's say you're satisfied, you can get into any of these consolidating ranges. You know why? Because you know it's bullish patterns coming, and you realize that, hey, if I hold a little bit longer, this stock is doing very well. I just have to wait a couple of days, look, a few days, 24 to 27 to, it's like almost 2 weeks of patience, right? Actually 3 weeks. But whoever was patient, he was impatient at buying, correct? Maybe he didn't know how to buy, but he did realize, hey, it's staying in this range. Maybe I should just buy it, okay? He did the right thing, because if he held, right here after the 14th around here, boom, it just exploded, right? It's a huge surge. So he made, whoever bought in this consolidation range is making money, right? So that's why I say it's a good buy. So hopefully you're able to answer these questions. Why breakouts are great times to sell? Yes. So imagine, so this is a breakout, right? You can take profits. You can take profits if it's overly bought. Your RSI indicator will also indicate, hey, it's too many people buying, to a lot of people buying. All right. RSI has numbers. Okay. So when it goes above like 70, 80 range, that's saying overbought. Overbought means you can take profits. Everybody's buying. Okay. When RSI levels go below 30, 40 is like, okay, 40, 30 range, even 20, that means it's oversold. It's oversold, just buy. Okay. All right. So this is the next pattern, bull pennant or bull flag. A lot of times you'll see me saying, hey, bull flag spotted, bull pennant flag. Why do I say that? Okay, so bull pennants usually follow with huge volume right afterwards. It's a very extremely bullish pattern, continuous pattern, something that Bitcoin has right now. I was saying Bitcoin has it, and that's when it went up from what, 57K to 59K. If you saw what I posted yesterday, it went to 59 or 60K. Anyways, you could have made that money. But bull pennants usually is very bullish, and it is a spike in volume right here, and it goes up. Anyways, all right. So this is Vislink live. I don't use Market Watch. I'm using it to help you guys see or make, the previous one, the consolidation, retracement, breakout in your own head. All right. So right here, like, are you guys seeing this? This is consolidation, breakout. You see this? Retracement all the way down here, consolidation, breakout, retracement, consolidation, slow. This is a rising wedge right here. You see this little point? You guys are seeing very close. You have a look. Then after the rising wedge, boom, a breakout, and it's not necessarily a retracement, but it is. This is a little longer retracement, goes down here, consolidates at the same time, little bit breakout, retracement, breakout, then it goes down, retracement here. There is no consolidation here. Sometimes you have to zoom in really deeply, and it happens really quick. Sometimes the consolidation range, they can last hours, okay? So they consolidate quickly, a huge volume comes up, boom, it starts spiking up again, right? Breakout, retracement, okay? Here, probably some major news, something big happened with the market. SPY probably blew up, and Vislink at this moment went from $2.60 all the way to $4.50 or something, $4.50 or near $5, right? It was overbought at this time. A lot of people, this is when me and Cam were into it. We gave a notification right here. I think we gave a notification here actually, but we gave a notification, me and Cam, we rode all the way up. It was overbought. We all instantly knew it was overbought, okay? So we took profits, retraced. You could have rebought again, take more profits, up to you. But or you could have been waiting. Okay, so right here it was way too high, right? You see all of this? This whole range is overbought. This whole range. It's overbought. So it retraces, go back, retraces for a long time. Now we have the current March little step back, or you want to say fixing of the market, right? So it went all the way down, a sudden back up, but it's still not, if you look at the previous trend lines, there's a little trend line going here. You can make a very bullish line here too. You can make your own, they call it, you could still do a support and resistance lines right here. So this is like your support, and your resistance will be more towards up, okay? So basically, this is like unknown land. This is like random land. So you don't want, if you're really thinking deeply, it's not good to be having any stock here. It's overbought. Okay, so all of this is overbought. meaning you could take profits in all this range. Goes all the way down here, right? So how do you know you should re-enter this link? Again, it's gonna do the same thing, right? Breakouts, consolidation, retracement consolidation, breakout, okay? But it's slowly doing, you see this? This is called a rising wedge. Again, like we said earlier, but it's a longer rising wedge. It's like a month rising wedge. So it's slowly going up, right? So guess what? It just needs a good catalyst and boom, off to the race. It's gonna break out, right? And then a high volume. This is this link right now. All right. Also on a cup and handle. Remember how I showed you a cup and handle? This is a cup and handle for this link. If you look at it from June of last year, okay? June of last year. This is a 1 year cup and handle, right? Basically in June, it surged up all the way up to, I think, $7 range. It retraced all the way down for a whole 3 months. It was retracing, right? You see July, August, September going up. You have to be patient during these times. Let's say it goes up from $1 to $7.50, right? That's huge percentage gains, right? I mean, you could take profits here. You could have put your stop loss like at maybe 650 and boom, you would have still made a lot of profit. Whenever you get huge gains like this, you have to be very patient. So you're either patient for a month, 2 months, whatever. Okay, you're still paying attention to the stock, but you're patient. So now a cup is forming, right? You don't necessarily buy into a cup unless you're really like gambling and you're trying to time the bottom, which is very, very hard. But you don't necessarily have to always time the bottom. Okay, you just wait for a cup. This formation right here is forming, right? You notice that once it's here range, once it's here, you'll notice as the cup is already forming bullish news on the stock, bullish sentiment, and you can enter here or whatever, right? So you can ride the bull, the cup and make the cup, and now is a handle, okay? So it's a rising wedge on the handle. Usually a cup and handle leads to a bullish run. Not always, but it does in most cases. This is a 1 year cup and handle. The bigger the time frame of a cup and handle, the more longer it takes for a handle to be made. What does that mean? So that means a cup is made, very high cup, right? It went to $5. Now to make the handle, it took another month and a half. You guys are noticing this? Because it's a 1 year cup and handle. You have to be very patient not to rush into these things. The bigger the cup and the bigger the cup, the longer, that's how long it's gonna take in respect to make the handle, all right? So the 6 month period, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7 months to make this cup. So it takes 2 months to make that handle. Very good. It's a signal. It's giving you a signal. Say, hey, if you want to enter, you can enter. Always put a stop loss below the support line, and it should be okay. All right. All right. So one last key thing I want to give you guys is another signal for reversals. It's not just a cup and handle, but one other big one is a double bottom. Double bottom is, I don't know if you can see in this picture, but I'm gonna try to get a better picture. There's a website I put on when you go on this Discord page. If you want to read the website, it teaches you about a double bottom pattern. Okay, basically it's the opposite of a head and shoulder. Okay, so I'm gonna look at what a head and shoulder is. All right, so this is a head and shoulder. I hope you guys can see this. It's a little zoomed in. I did it from my phone. All right, so head and shoulder is for people who want to buy puts, okay? All right, so it's telling you either to sell your stock or to buy puts, okay? All right, so what is a head and shoulder? All right, you see, you have to look carefully. This is the tip. Imagine this is the most highest point, and the shoulders, this is the left shoulder, this is the right shoulder. However, this is a downward sloping, the guy is like crooked. You guys notice the guy is crooked downwards? So if he's crooked downwards, his shoulder is going downwards. Basically, it's indicating that, hey, it's gonna be a sell-off. Huge sell-off is coming. This is a head and shoulders, head and shoulders. Now, what I like, when I really like, especially for reversal, like what's happening now, is to find the reverse of head and shoulder, the opposite, because I want to make money going up. Okay. So this is the head and shoulder reversal. Now you'll notice if you look at some specific stocks, you should be able to spot these like right now, you should be able to spot head and shoulder reversal. Very similar. This is the head upside down. This is the left shoulder. This is the right shoulder. However, you'll see that it's a little skewed to the right. You see this line is angled to the upright. There's a little bullish sentiment. What happens is here, right at the right shoulder, you get it's a buy. It's saying a buy because it went above the RSI limit. It's saying a buy limit. It's below RSI. Sorry. So, and it's telling you to buy. Why? Because huge volume is coming in at the same time. Usually, whenever you're at this reverse head and shoulder, a huge volume sentiment will come around here, and it's gonna give you an indication. Hey, it's gonna be a run, especially when it's arced like this. And yeah, I think this is it. So any questions?
Thank you, Juanita. I don't really have any, man. It's really good stuff.
Yeah, so I gave all of this explanation. I'll give you an example of what I'm seeing. So this is, I'm not gonna give you the ticker. Maybe you can guess. This is another little extra curriculum. But are you guys able to spot the head and shoulder, the reverse head and shoulders here?
Yeah.
Do you see this? You see this major drop here? This is the head. This is the left shoulder, right shoulder right here. Okay. And KM, you should know, what stock is this? Which ticker?
You don't put it.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you what ticker it is because we should. You're
OCG. Somebody told me.
Oh no, it's not. It's see, a lot of the stocks might even look very similar right now because it is. I think is a little rude stock. But this is my favorite stock as MVIS right now. Okay. Right. So yeah. So I left everything that I just spoke about. I explained almost everything with pictures on the lesson on Discord, and I did give you guys homework because I feel like it's important. You should read. About on the same 3/20/21, there's a whole lesson pretty much planned, right? And
yeah, I think because the class it's become long.
Yeah, I'm done for today. The people could read it.
Just listen to me. Just a suggestion is like, okay, we will divide the class like Saturday and for Jacob. For you, you choose another day. For me, is Wednesday sit up already after market. So I think because really this is really worth a lot. I mean, especially the way you explain and Jacob and everything. This is amazing. So you know, weekend people. I think the weekend people are too busy to go with their family or something. What do you think, guys? I'm just only laying an idea.
Yeah, we can survey the people and see what day is the best for them, and then we can send out like a form or a poll.
No. We can put a poll in the group.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't mind really anything, to be honest. I like Saturday morning, kind of good. Nice.
I have a suggestion here, just like for the timings, right? Timing any day is okay, but I would think like if you think about scientifically as well, like 15 to 30-minute class is something which is good. After that, it's like like for a normal person, like to grasp things, it becomes slower. Your grasping power becomes lower as you extend the meetings for any meeting, not just like this one. So half an hour class, I think is good any day. That is my suggestion. Like even if you want to divide it in 3 days, but keep it to half an hour. And that's.
I was thinking, sorry. I was thinking I was gonna do a half hour. And then I want to schedule 15 minutes. That's like not mandatory or not. I mean, nothing's mandatory, but you know, I will stay for an extra 15 minutes to go over questions, just specifically questions, you know. So I'll do 30 minutes teaching and 15 minutes like after if people want to stay around
That's
to
good.
ask questions and then
Anybody have
kind of
any
just,
questions for me?
yeah, unwrap that way.
That was good, both of
No,
you guys.
thanks,
Thank
man.
you.
I really,
Thank you.
it was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, somehow me and Jacob always like we go accumulate information. So what he did with the RSI was great. So yep.
Yep.
I'm
So
trying
I
to let
normally see.
our member benefits as much as they can. That's the idea.
Go ahead, JD.
So I had like I was looking at my mobile and the app of TDM retrade. So when I select an indicator RSI, it gives me 14-day RSI. Is that okay to look at, or do we have to like?
So the RSI indicator, if you're looking at a 14-day, you're trading within this range. Okay. If you do a bigger RSI range, you're looking for a longer pattern. It all depends on what type of trader you are. If you're a day trader, short-term trader, swing trader, you make the RSI trend smaller as you adjust. Okay. If you're looking for bigger trends over, like, let's say you're long-term, you could change the range. Okay.
Okay, so any pattern
You can
that's
also
what we're
do
looking.
you can also, there is a people who trade by minutes. I mean, 5 minutes, 6
These people are
minutes.
crazy. Yeah.
Right. No, so
they-
I'm saying like in terms of, let's say, the patterns, right? What we discussed, head and shoulders or rising wedge and all. So if we are looking at a smaller range, look the smaller RSI. That's
Right.
how it works.
And these chart patterns will pop up every time, even if it's day trading, short term, long term, every time it's going to keep popping. 5-minute charts, you'll see the same patterns.
Got it. Got it. So these are the ones that we talked about are probably that you look more.
Only on bullish run patterns. I'm pretty sure KM will show you all his bearish patterns. There's other patterns. There's more. These are
Right.
just
I mean, I was trying to see patterns and there's so many of them, like, and right. So it's like for a newbie, it's like looking into charting. It's so much information out there. So that's why I was asking, like some things that you guys are looking and that you can probably vouch better since you have been using these for a longer duration, right? And had quite some success with those. So something that to start with, we can look at those patterns first rather than looking at everything at the same time, right?
I really like this article. If you want to look into it later on, just take a read through this. It's not going to take a little time of you, but just read through this article, AP News. It's on the link.
Sure. Yeah, I went through some of the things. I need to read the articles, but I read through what was written over there. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it. Anyways, I'm gonna stop sharing. It was a pleasure, guys. Had fun.
Yeah, that was a good class. Thank you, Juanita.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks for the information.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
And I'll have this recorded for you guys in the future ones as well. It's recorded, so you guys will have access to it this weekend.
Yeah, let's upload it to our server.
Yeah.
I will give you the link, so the username and password, then upload it there because you can control it.
Oh, I see the chat now. Yep, you got it, Cal. Yeah. Johnny, you got it.
I'm gonna end this meeting and I'm gonna go over to Telegram so it doesn't record any more of the meeting and everything. So I'm gonna be on just over on the Telegram.
I think you can stop recording as well.